Hello and welcome to Tuesdays with Annette. That's right, it's home ec time. I hope you've downloaded the recipe for this week and you're ready to cook with me. And what are we making today? Well, we're delving into the fabulous book 4, and it is this awesome easy peasy dessert called fruit and nut cobbler. It is an awesome recipe. I make it all the time, and I just thought for a Tuesday class I always like to go a bit easy so that we can do it together. So before we get into the recipe, let's go over, because on Tuesdays, you know what we do, we wash our hands. So we're going to still keep up this habit. And hello New South Wales, welcome on the, what is it, the 2nd of December. You can come into Queensland, yay! I get my daughter and my gorgeous grandkids coming up. We're very excited, we've missed them, it's been a long time. So yay to New South Wales. Okay. So now, as I said, I hope you've downloaded the recipe, because you know you do that every Tuesday. And if you can get all the ingredients out ahead like I have, and then we can make this fabulous recipe together. So what do we need for this recipe? So we need Floralite margarine, we need a 14-gram can of peaches in juice, 800-gram can of apple pie, we need cinnamon, pecans, and if you say, oh, I don't like pecans, you can replace that with any nut you like, okay? But if you do like pecans, you will love this in the top. We need some brown sugar, we need some Special K, a little bit of skim milk, oats, and self-raising flour. I've preheated my oven to 180 degrees fan force, so it's ready. And the equipment we'll need is, this is the dish that I'm going to put my cobbler in, which is actually the one that's in the photo. We need a bowl and strainer, because I'm going to do the peaches with that shortly. And then we need a bowl to mix everything together. I've got some measuring cups. I've got a glass on because I want to do the margarine in the microwave. I've got some gloves because, you know, I'm a bit precious about getting everything under my nails. We need some teaspoons, a wooden spoon, scraper, forks. I've got a few little bits there. And we also need some cling wrap, and that's to do the melting margarine, and some measure cups here. Chopping board. So are you ready? Let's get started. I feel like saying let's rumble. So what we're going to do first is we're going to melt the margarine. So we need, I'm going to do it on my scales here because I find that just the easy way to go. We need 2 tablespoons, remember it's the 15 ml tablespoon, or, no actually, it's 30 grams of margarine. So let's put it in, and we're going to melt that in the microwave. I'm going to leave it in there to melt as we go. This is where you use your cling wrap. I put it over the top, and that way it avoids the splattering. All right. Okay, so now let's put it in the microwave. I'm going to do it on a low temperature so it doesn't splatter everywhere. So let's say about 5. I'll do 30 seconds and see how it goes. So I want you to melt your margarine. If you don't have a microwave, then you'll have to melt it in a little saucepan. And while that's going, let's talk about last week. What did we cook? Oh yes, penne pasta and creamy bacon sauce, yum! And I had lots of good pictures up, because that's how you win on the show on Tuesdays. And the 3 lucky winners are Jane Irwin, Tracy Manderson, and Tori Rowling. Yes, they've all won a personally signed copy. So, of course, we'll be giving away later in the show. So let me check my margarine, see how it's doing. I think that looks great. I'm just going to leave that in there to just keep going. Hello, if you've just joined me, we're making fruit and nut cobbler. It's a fabulous dessert. I love it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to crush the Special K. So get your measure cup. We want 1.5 cups of Special K. Now check the variations, because it tells you if you want to replace the Special K, you can do it with all bran flakes or corn flakes if you don't have Special K. Up to you. So 1.5 cups. And we're going to crush it, and I'll show you how I do it. That's looking a bit fabulous. Couple more. All right, so let's put that away. So in the bowl, now what I want you to do is just get in and crush it up. Just with your fingers. So get in there. You can use a masher or you can crush it with a rolling pin if you put it in a bag, but these seem to break up fairly easy, and I don't want it super, super fine, and that way you're just getting the crunch from the Special K in the topping. Now, I mean, I've got, you know, a few crumbles, but this is a cobbler. And I'd be curious, what's the difference between a crumble and a cobbler? Does anybody know? I mean, hello, someone Google it and let me know, because they're, you know, they seem to be a bit different, but I'm not really sure how different. Alrighty, so thanks for joining me today. It's our Tuesday Home Ec with Annette. I always love cooking with you guys. And if you're just joining me, what am I doing here? Well, I'm crushing up some Special K, because this will be going in the topping for Fruit and Nut Cobbler out of book 4. Do you know what? I think we're looking great. So I'm just going to put that to the side now, and I'm going to do the pecans. So you wanted 25 grams, if you wanted to weigh it, just out of curiosity, or a quarter of a cup. So let's get knives, and we just, see, pecans are quite soft, so they're quite easy to chop up. So we just want to give them a good chop. We don't want big chunks in there, because we want to spread the love with the nuts. And as I said earlier on, if you go, I don't like pecans, well, straight up, what's wrong with you? They're fabulous. But if you don't, then replace it with another nut that you like, but just keep the same quantity. And I just find that the pecan flavour is fantastic. My family love it, especially my fabulous son-in-law Chris. He always requests it, and he'll be coming up soon now because, hello, we can get Sydney people in. Yay! I'll tell you, there'll be a few tears in a couple of weeks when we see our little grandkids that we haven't seen since early March. And that's my little Sophia, who's 5, and Maddie, who's 2. And of course, my fabulous daughter, Jenna. All right, just roughly chop them. And once again, this is the recipe, like all my recipes, where you just chop it all up, chuck it in the bowl, and give it a good mix up. So in it goes. Don't need this anymore. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put all the dry mix into the bowl. So we're done with the flora, let's get rid of that. We want a quarter of a teaspoon of cinnamon. All right, so, and this is what I love about my spoons, I can go right down, suddenly I'm at quarter, and boom, done. All right, cinnamon, quarter of a teaspoon. You got that in? Then we want 1/3 cup of brown sugar. So get your measure cup. I always press the brown sugar down. Well, that might be enough. So measure 1/3. See how I'm pushing it down? A little tiny bit more. That's it. And in the bowl. That's the sugar done. Then we're going to put in 1/4 cup of rolled oats. So a lot of textures go into this one. It's fantastic. So measure your 1/4 cup. There we go. Put that to the side. That can go around there. We want 1/2 cup of self-raising flour. And I'm not going to bother sifting it. I think it's pretty good quality, the flour here. Just chuck it in, make it easy. So that's our dry ingredients. Now this is where I'm going to put on my gloves, up to you, because we want to get in and mix it all together. Hello, if you just joined me, yes, I'm getting my gloves on because we're going to be mixing the topping that goes on the fruit and nut cobbler. So what we've done is we've put the Special K, which we've crumbled up, we've put in the pecans, which were chopped, oats, flour, cinnamon, and brown sugar, yes? So we're going to mix that all up. And then we're going to get the margarine out of the microwave. And can you get in there and make sure that all the brown sugar isn't lumping? Like there's a piece there, so I want to break that up. So get all that brown sugar. How you can also do it is go like this, and if there is any, it'll come to the top. But we're looking great. Okay, margarine, hello, ready to go. And we just need to put a teaspoon of skim milk in it, and that will help cool it down as well. So skim milk, 1 teaspoon. If you're using my spoons, just hold the little lever so that you do it right. And we want a teaspoon. Alrighty. I mean, how easy is this recipe? Gosh. And mix it up. And in it goes. I'm just going to scrape all that liquid out of my cup, my measure cup. And this is where you get in and crumble it all up. You really need to get in. I'm sorry, you can't use a spoon here. Because it's a crumble, you want to push that moisture of the margarine and that little bit of milk in with it. And if it's too wet, it'll clump up. But look at this. See how it's just a wonderful crumble texture. Oh gosh, it smells good too. And look, you know what? This is a great one to have on hand over the holidays because, you know, buy all the ingredients, have it in the pantry, and if you get some little surprise visitors, then you can whip up a fabulous guilt-free dessert. And I don't care, hot or cold, it's fabulous. All right, so now let's get the fruit ready. So here I've got a bowl with a strainer because I need to strain the peaches. So it's a 410 in natural juice. You don't want syrup because that means it's higher in sugar. And then what you want to do is get a knife and just cut the peaches up. And this way we seem to feel like we're getting more of the peaches than getting a big clump of it. You could change this, you could make it apricot if you wanted. Mix 2 fruits would be nice as well. All right, so my peaches are looking good and they're drained. So I'm going to just put this over here because we're going to use it in a minute. And we've got the apple. Now, can I tell you that if you've got, let me just grab it. If you've got this version, you actually will see that it's different to what I'm doing today. So here is the old version, here. And when I was updating, this is what I did. I updated not only because of the different ingredients, you know, the discontinued stuff, but I looked at every recipe and thought, is this as fabulous as it could be? And you'll notice sometimes I tweak them a bit. I did with this one because I looked at the carbs and the calories and I went, you know what? We need more apple. I mean, come on. We need more apple in the filling to make it serve 8 more, you know, more generously. So that's what I did. So if you look at it, it's an 800 gram can of pineapple now. Because look, it's for 8. And so that's fantastic. So make a note if you've got the old book, that's what you do now. Then get your peaches. So you've got your apple in. Am I rushing you? Are you keeping up with me? I cannot wait to see your photos. And then peaches on top. Let's put that over here. And then just mix it in. See how it just gives you a little bit more? Do you know, can I tell you what I do sometimes? Because we have this a lot, I sometimes throw in some frozen raspberries and just put them around. Because I can, hello, it's my recipe, I'm changing it how I want, but it just gives it a little bit of colour as well. Okay, flatten it down. And now all we have to do is put the crumble on top. Remember the oven is 180 degrees, fan forced. So get your crumble and sprinkle over the top. Now we're going to bake it in a 180 degrees fan forced oven for 30 minutes or until it's nice and browned. Oh my gosh, it smells so good with the pecans. And the nuts will crisp up and they're fabulous. All right, get that all in there. Well, every bit of it. Let's put this over at our soapy sink. And now just spread it out so everyone's getting an equal amount. Boom! That's how easy this recipe is. It's not hard, is it? All right, where's it going? Yeah, in the oven. 180 degrees, 30 minutes. Didn't even get a sweat up, it's that easy. You're welcome, and it tastes amazing. You could have it with the low-fat custard, or you could have it with the light dairy whip, or St. Peter's light and creamy vanilla ice cream would be fantastic as well. I mean, what I'm going to do is when that's cooked and fabulous, I'm going to take a photo and put it in the comments for you so you can see it. And I mean, at the end of the day, guilt-free dessert, you know what? Who knew weight loss could be so deliciously healthy? That's right, we're doing it the Annette way. And it's only 4.8 grams of fat a serve. So really easy, and it's suitable to be frozen. Now, what's happening next on this Thursday? Because I'll be back with my apron on to do Thursdays with Annette, and I'm making a fantastic egg and bacon potato salad. It's out of book 6 if you've never made it. You need this in your repertoire for coming into Christmas, people. Absolutely, I'll make it for you on Thursday so you can see how easy. But I'm going to be back next Tuesday again. We've got a few more shows before we finish up. And next week it'll be all about December. So thinking about what would be great to have in your repertoire, as I said, for December. Now, what I'm making is a recipe that's out of book 4, and it's the marshmallow fruit bubble bar. And I'm going to show you how to make it into my version of White Christmas. Who doesn't want some guilt-free White Christmas for Christmas? Hello! And so now what I'm going to do is, can I tell you what you do to win a book? Do you know, or do you want to tell me? Okay, you like, you share, and then in the comments, that's right, you take a photo of your fruit and nut cobbler, and I'll be picking 3 famous people to win a cookbook. But in December, I'm going to be giving away extra prizes because we've had a big year, hello, haven't we? And I've really enjoyed doing the 2 shows with you, and so I want to finish up on a big bang, so know that from next week, mega prizes on the show, so make sure you tune in. Now, before we finish up, I want you to check out my website, simplytoogood.com.au, because I've got lots of ideas if you're looking for Christmas gifts. Now, from now until the 31st of December, I'm signing cookbooks. That's right. Anyone that orders from the website, I'm signing the cookbooks. So what a great gift idea. And of course, we've got extra things going, like with the knife set, I'm giving you a free knife sharpener, and it works for people left and right. So do the knives. They work for left and right people. Diane loves hers. She's left-handed. But this is worth 20 bucks. Yeah, you get it for free. With the Neoflame cookware, you get the half-price glass lids. And of course, you'll see the cookbooks. As I said, I'm going to be signing them. And of course, the shakes. You might need some balance for breakfast over the Christmas time. And so that's the show today. Please join me on Thursday, and I'll catch you with a photo of the fruit nut cobbler. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on Thursday. Bye.